Good start. Good start, baby. Just wanted to show you guys that sick background, I guess. Here we go. One more time. Everybody feeling fine. Happy 1995. 1995 and so alive. The Celtics just lost, so I'm in a bit of a mood. You would think I wouldn't be a sore loser because we're up 3. We were up 3-0. And yet here I find myself being an incredibly sore loser. I think the reason I feel like such a sore loser tonight is because we played like absolute butthole. We played like shit. And if we hadn't, and it had been a fun game, I wouldn't be feeling like such a sore loser. Then I would just be a loser. I think we just wanted to win it at home. Let's hope that's what was going on. But what the hell? What the heck, dude? As our friend Steph says. So let's chit chat. It is the year's 1995. And you guys know how this goes. In case anybody is new to the series, I am doing a 33 to 33 series, which means that on July 13th, I turned 33, which means I'm streaming 33 days in a row until then. And today is we did 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. This is our 5th stream for 1995 and so alive. So we're going to go over all the best pop culture of that year, or at least the most watched, the most listened to. We're going to talk about the best or the highest grossing movies, the most watched TV shows, the Billboard's hottest songs of that year. We'll also talk about the Chinese Zodiac, and some things that happened in my life. I'm officially out of letters, but please, let's fill that space with things that happened in my life and things that happened in your life. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Start to send them in now. Let me know. Here's what I want to know from you guys. A few different things. Number one, I always love learning more about you and your lives. So, not that you have multiple lives, although some people believe they do, but I just mean your life, y'all's lives. So if you know, you're like, oh, this is what happened in 95 to me, send it in. Let me know. If you're like, oh, this was my favorite movie of that year, my favorite song that year, while it was that year, let me know. Or if you're like, looking back, this is my favorite thing about that year, then let me know. I want to hear from you guys. I have a couple fun things to talk about from my life for that year. I was just on the phone with my brother, kind of being reminded of some things. So send in those Streamlabs. Let's start in the Streamlabs. Mike Joyce, our first Streamlabs of the night, he sent it in before we even started the show. You'll love to see it. He said, 5 out of 33, that conspiracy theory convention in The Boys reminded me of something an old coworker believed. He told me that he hated Tom Hanks ever since he and Gwyneth Paltrow took over Epstein's empire. What's the strangest conspiracy theory you've heard someone say? Oh, that is pretty weird. My strangest conspiracy theory I've heard somebody say is that Hamas bakes all of their captives cakes, which means that they treat them all well. A terrorist organization. So there's no problem. Okay, just got a little political, but that's a crazy conspiracy theory. You think that the terrorists treat all their hostages well? Are you dumb? Pop culture wise, conspiracy theories. I've heard some wild ones, mostly like who's blue reptilian person, who's in the Illuminati, all of that. Yeah. Listen, there's some crazy conspiracy theories going on in the world. Yes, that. Let's see what else. RQMDSMD. You ever going to tell me what that stands for? That is another Streamlab that came in before the show even started tonight. We love to see it. Y'all know I'm doing this every day, so you can send it at any point in the day, and then I can get to it that night. Just you'll know what year I'm covering. 1995 was a blur. Lost my dad, DPC, grandmother, and spent the rest of my year taking care of my mom, who then passed in early 96. Wow, what a shit year for you, my dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That stinks. How old were you in 95? No matter how old, that's a crap year. I did not have my crap year that year. I have crap years and future years, but this year, honestly, I think as you guys know, I barely have memories from being 4 years old. So 1995, I was 3 and 4 before July and after July. And I have very few memories of this time period, but I do have some, so we will talk about them. Thank you for sharing that with us, though, RQMDSMD. What does it stand for? What does it all mean, Basil? I think that it's important that we know that the things that happen to us help us to become better or bitter, and I hope and seems like you've chosen better, but brutal. All right, y'all. Send them in. Let's see what you have to say. Remember, Streamlabs over Super Chat because they actually give the creator the full amount instead of just 50%. J-Dog, you never listened to me on that one, but I appreciate your Super Chat nonetheless. 1995 was not good for me. Oh, same with you, J-Dog. Dad broke up with his fiance. Middle school stunk. Root canal at 12. Cleveland lost the 95 World Series. And Kimberly, the pink Power Ranger, left the show. Devastating. I mean, like, some of those were worse than others. But yeah, I'm sorry. Dad broke up with his fiance, so you look at that one as a bad thing. Why did you really like her? Did you think that they were a good match? I'm doing this stream a little late at night, but it's the weekend, so I thought we could stay up late and party like it's 1995. See what I did there? Okay, let's chit chat about the things that happened in 1995. Let's see where I want to start today. I want to start around the world with just what the state of the world was at the time. As you saw, for the first time, I put a big pop culture event instead of just a movie or TV show on the thumbnail. That is O.J. Simpson's gloves on the thumbnail. When you think of 1995, a lot of people, the first thing they might think of is the year that Simpson was acquitted for the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman in what was referred to as the trial of the century. This is still, if somebody says to me, and I don't know about you guys, let me know. Somebody says to me, what's the biggest trial in the United States of all time? And there's been a lot of crazy trials here, but this is the one that comes to mind immediately. So this is just what I think of. Always, I think of O.J. Simpson. Not that I knew that was year 95 initially. I kind of thought it had been 94, but it was 95. And when I think of the biggest trial, this is what I think of. It was also the year of the Oklahoma City bombing, which killed 168 people and injured 680 people. It was the year that the Great Hanshin earthquake, which killed 5,000 to 6,000 people in Japan. None of these are good things, y'all. Usually, last year, I feel like we got so many good things. Don't worry, we got good movies, music, TV shows. And if you're wondering for the Zodiac, this is the year of the pig. So this is what the internet had to say about the year of the pig. Pigs are said to symbolize good fortune and wealth, and are also considered to be generous, compassionate, and diligent. They are also said to be energetic, enthusiastic, and fun-loving, with a strong sense of responsibility and ability to calmly handle conflict. Anybody in here, year of the pig? And anybody in here, 95? Not 95 years old. Although, if you are 95 years old in here, say what's up. And come kick it with me and Grammy and Papo. But Year the Pig, 1995. Let me know if any of you guys are 95 babies. Going to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. This is an entirely fan-funded show, so thank you guys for allowing me to continue this series. It's my lowest viewed series so far, but it's got the best like ratio and comment ratio. And additionally, you guys seem to be liking it, so I'm going to continue it. Jake Yacovetta says, I was looking through Amazon earlier and saw the Roxy 30th birthday list, and damn, we've been here for a while. I don't even remember what was on that. Did you just make it? Did I make a 30th birthday list on Amazon? I don't think so. Doesn't sound like me. I also like to read, as you guys know, some comments from previous episodes. So if you leave a comment on this, there's a chance that I will read it on the next stream. Because you guys have been writing some really cool, nice, fun, awesome things, and that makes me feel good about myself. So thank you. Okay. Scott, it's a 94 is a year that constantly gets brought up in my hometown of Vancouver, as it was the first of 2 riots due to losing NHL finals. I didn't know that. Boomer Coast says, I saw Lion King and Little Rascals back to back in theaters when they had 2 movies for one in downtown LA. Jaleel James, thank you, says fan from Australia, can't always get the lives because of the time zone, but loving these episodes. Maybe you made this one because of live, because of the time zones. Because what time is it in Australia right now? Happy birthday. And 94 was a great year. Would watch Seinfeld at my grandparents' place. Simpler times. Y'all, it's not my birthday yet, but I'll take the early birthdays. Jay Morgan said wanted to catch it live, but had a rough day. Went to bed early. Totally get it. Thanks for tuning in at any time. El Anime Master says, I was born this year, so 94, turned 30, June 22nd. In fact, so yeah, 1994 rocks. Oh my God, coming up on your birthday. Sands of Tatooine, graduated from college that year. Yeah, cool. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks to everybody who did comment. And don't forget to comment on this. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and Streamlabs and Super Chat. Andrew never listens to me about the Streamlabs, but I appreciate you for being in here with the Super Chat. He says, happy 1995, almost sexy, 33 Roxy. Remember that my little bro was born. Cal Ripken Jr. beat Lou Gehrig's record, and I saw both Power Rangers, the movie, and Casper in theaters. Cool. I think at this age, I definitely was probably going to movie theaters, but I don't really have memories of that. But I'm sure that I did. What did you guys see in theaters in 95? Let's start with the movies. Let's start at the movies. We kind of mix it up on this show. I'm going to throw this out there for you guys. This is the year that the first Pixar movie ever came out. I'm guessing most of you know what the first Pixar movie is, but this is the year that the first Pixar movie came out, and it is, in fact, on this chart. It is number 3 on the chart, and it is not the only animated movie on this chart. So we have 2 animated movies from 1995 that are in the top 5 grossing movies of the year. Yes, in fact, it is Toy Story. Can anybody guess what the other animated movie of this year is? So Toy Story came in at 146 mil. And I'm pretty sure that's domestic as opposed to 191 globally. And the other one coming in at the 4th position, back to back with Toy Story, is Pocahontas. I put that on the thumbnail, so maybe you guys guessed that from there, or maybe you just knew it. But both Toy Story and Pocahontas are on here. I have a question for you guys. Both these movies are excellent. What do you think is the bigger movie now? What do you think is the bigger movie now? Toy Story or Pocahontas? Looking back, what do you think now is the bigger movie? Because Toy Story just edged out Pocahontas. But do you think that Pocahontas is bigger than Toy Story? Or do you think Toy Story is bigger than Pocahontas? Just in kind of like public zeitgeist. Curious. Okay. A lot of you guys saying Toy Story. Yeah, I think so too. And not even close. And that is interesting because This is Pixar's first movie. I feel like they took a big risk on this. Pocahontas kind of a no-brainer. Disney princess stuff. But Toy Story just absolutely annihilated. And there was some controversy over Pocahontas as well. So, yeah, but Toy Story just such a massive, massive hit. And then, of course, has 3 sequels. Then we have, what do you guys think was the number 1 movie of 1995? And if you miss, then maybe it will be in the top 5. What do you think is the number 1 movie of 1995? Let's go backwards and go to the number 5 movie. I never would have thought this would have been the top 5 movies. I didn't realize how huge this movie was. I saw this when I was young, but I didn't know that this movie was like a massive hit. I just thought this is something that I liked, that a lot of my friends liked, but I didn't know that this just absolutely annihilated at the box office. Any guesses on what is on here and what is the number 1 movie of the year? So the movie I was just referring to at the number 5 position is Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Would you guys have thought that that was going to be the number 1 movie of the year? I mean, number 5 movie of the year? It's pretty high up. It's pretty high. I will give you guys a hint about what is the number 1 movie of the year. So I already said that Ace Ventura, do you guys say Ventura or Ventura? I feel like I say it weird, but whatever. Ace Ventura. Ventura. The hint of what the number 1 movie of the year is that the same star of Ace Ventura is also the star of the number 1 movie of the year. I'm already seeing a few of you guys are guessing this in the chat. It is Batman Forever at the number 1 spot. In the number 2 spot of the year, I haven't seen any of you guys mention it. Maybe you did earlier, but in the number 2 spot of the year is Apollo 13. So that means it went Batman Forever, Apollo 13, Toy Story, Pocahontas, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. How do you guys feel about that? I think we've had stronger years, but that's crazy to say because this is Batman Forever, Toy Story, and Pocahontas. So, and I've seen all 5 of these movies. So maybe it is a strong year. It just feels like we had a lot of really great ones recently. But what do you guys think of that top 5? Does that stack up with our previous years? How are you feeling about that? Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to jump over to the Streamlabs. I'm still excited to cover TV. It's a huge year for television, TV, and to talk about songs, music, and then my life and maybe your life. Send in Streamlabs. Let me know what's your finest memory of this year. Maybe your favorite piece of pop culture from the year. Justin is a square in the Streamlabs says, Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I have random TV questions for you. 1, did you ever check out Deal or No Deal Island? If so, what are your thoughts on it? 2nd, are you into the show Traders? If so, did you hear the season 3 cast announcement? Also, want to hear a joke? Great list of questions. Is Deal or No Deal Island the same as the show Deal or No Deal, but just on an island? I don't even know this. Yeah, let's see. Deal or No Deal, I used to watch the Howie Mandel one. This I saw, and I liked it a lot. What is Deal or No Deal Island? Oh my God. Oh my God. Is it just the same thing on an island? Deal or No Deal Island revealed. It just started coming out in April, is it? Deal or No Deal Island. In a new twist on the classic game show. Wow, but this one's hosted by Joe Manganiello. No. 13 contestants travel to Banker's private island where they compete in daring challenges to find hidden briefcases worth over $200 million. Wow, so this is kind of like a mix of Amazing Race and Deal or No Deal. I have to watch this. Wait, it's hot as balls in here, guys. I'm not ditching my Celtics because I'm like, fuck them. I love them. They're amazing. Amazing, but just can't be. God, that's majorly overheating. I haven't seen this. Thank you for putting it on my radar. I also have not watched Traders. I hear that this show is absolutely amazing. I was checking out the season 3 cast because I thought the season 2 cast looked great, but I guess I don't know why I haven't watched this. Let's see. Bob Harper from The Biggest Loser, Bob the Drag Queen from RuPaul, Brittany Haynes from Big Brother. Obviously, that's a big deal for me. Carolyn Wigger from, is that how you say it? Weiger? From Survivor. Chanel Ayan from Real Houses of Dubai. Chriselle Strauss from Selling Sunset. I don't watch any of these. Sierra Miller from Summer House. Danielle Reyes from Big Brother, a legend. Dolores Cantina from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Dorinda Medley. Oh, I interviewed her from Real Housewives of New York, but never watched that. I don't watch any of the Real Housewives. Dylan Efron from Down to Earth with Zac Efron. That's cool. Gabby Windy from The Bachelorette. I really like her. Jeremy Collins from Survivor. Lord Ivan Mountbatten from British Royal. Nikki Garcia, professional wrestler. Oh, Rob Mariano from Survivor and Dealer No Deal Island. Robin Dixon, Housewives of Potomac. Sam Asghari, actor and model. I kind of recognize him. What is he from? Oh, that's Sam. That's Britney Spears Sam. Oh my God. That's crazy. That took me a second to even remember who he is. But, oy. And then Tom Sandoval from Vanderpump, which I also didn't see. Tony Vlachos from Survivor. A lot of Survivor people. Wells, Adam, Bachelor in Paradise. No way. That's crazy. So should I watch this? Does anybody watch it? Is it great? Let me know. Okay. And then you also asked me if I want to hear a joke. Yes, obviously. Send it on in. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Also, shout out to Jake Agavetta. You didn't even leave me on red. You just never saw my message. Jet did. So he is the best Stryer. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. But sounds needy. It's giving needy. Unlike me, who just says Streamlabs in. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Not giving needy. I'm just kidding. Send in your Streamlabs. That's for real, though. Okay, let's chit chat about what else happened in 95. Don't forget to send in the things that you loved about that year. Good, bad, and different. Otherwise, favorite pieces of pop culture, things that happened in your life. Were you born in 95? Are you the year of the pig? Pigs are supposed to be so smart, but gosh, bacon is so good. That was just my little tangent. Let me have it. Okay, let's jump over to music. So, crazy enough, TLC has 2 songs in the top 5 Billboard charts of this year, but didn't come out in 1995, came out in 1994, but both topped the charts in 95. Or one of them, I think, came out in 95. The other came out in 94, but both topped the charts then. Can you name both of the TLC songs? Can you name them? I'm curious if anybody gets this number 1 song. Or this number 4 song. I'll give you the number 5 song, which is another Boys to Men song, On Bended Knee. Yo, like, how many times are Boys to Men gonna top the charts? I did not realize that they were not just like boy band chic. I did not realize Boys to Men were like, oh, chart toppers. They came in hot in the 90s. Hot. Really hot. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about these 2 TLC songs. So you creep. Yeah. Creep is one of them. And Waterfalls is another one of them. So it's Waterfalls and Creep at 2 and 3. And in between 2, 3, and 5, the song is from Seal. It's Kiss from a Rose. Has anybody guessed that number 1 song, though? Let's see. When you hear it, you guys are going to be like, oh, that's 1995 in a nutshell. But nobody has guessed it so far. Don't go looking that shit up. Don't go looking that shit up. And if you send in for karaoke, will I sing this? Yeah, I'll sing it. Send in enough Streamlabs to make karaoke worthwhile, and I will sing this. Or I'll try. It will be super cringe though. Like wildly cringe. Okay. Well, let's see. What do you guys got going on in here? No, none of you have guessed it. The song that was the number one Billboard song of 1995 is in fact Gangsta's Paradise. Now that you hear it, aren't you like, duh, no shit? Because rock and roll doesn't tend to do well on these charts. Get a lot of like cool kid songs. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer said that game was rough. Yeah, you're telling me. The Celtics shot 36%, 34% from three, and couldn't defend a traffic cone out there. Yeah, I watched the game, Leonard. You don't have to tell me. Maybe it's a lot asking for a sweep, but if you're gonna lose, don't get absolutely battered. Ugh. 95 is when the Pats drafted Hall of Famer Ty Law. Beast. Yeah, that's cool. Beast. Listen, we looked like absolute shit tonight. We deserved that L. It was bad. It was bad. Yikes. But maybe we just want to take the W at home. Let's bring it home. Justin is a square coming back through streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Deal or No Deal Island and Traders are both totally worth watching. If you decide to watch both, check out Deal or No Deal Island first, since it's only one season. Here's my joke. You're either going to love it or hate it. What's green and has wheels? What's green and has wheels? There's going to be something about the Celtics. What is green? And are you doing, because you were like, oh, she's going to hate this joke. And then you're like, but if I ask her first, if I can tell one, then she can't get annoyed. It's green has wheels. Does anybody know in the chat? I don't know. Well, let me know. I like stupid jokes, so let me know. Big shout out so far tonight to Leonard Kim, Jake Yacovetta, Justin is a square, to RQMD, SMD, to Mike Joyce, to J-Dog, and to Andrew Thomas for being our Streamlabsers and Super Chatters. This is an entirely fan-funded show. I cannot be here without you guys. You guys are the only reasons that I'm allowed and able to be here, so keep sending it in. Let me know how you guys felt about 1995. Let me know. Oh, grass, I lied about the wheels. That is a good one. Justin Square, that's a good one. Those green has wheels. Grass, I lied on the wheels. I like that joke. I think that's a good joke. That is my brand of humor. Good job. Really good one. Solid joke. Okay. Shall we go over to some television? You guys know that is my one true love. I mean, I have many loves, but this is my one true love. Speaking of sports, coming in at the number 5 spot, just like it did in 1994, Monday Night Football on ABC. Then let's talk about what happens next, because this is crazy to me. I mean, this would just absolutely never happen in 2024. I was like, what fucking year is it right now? That's crazy that I couldn't think of the year. But it is crazy to me because it's just, we've come so far from this spot that it's hard to even believe this. But the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 show all come from the same effing network. And just so you know, so does the number 6 show. The number 4 show, I did not know. You guys might know this show. I did not know this show. Kind of embarrassed to not know this show because it's the number 4 show of a year that I was alive. It had 4 seasons. It's a sitcom. And it is also on the station that had every other major hit this year. What do you guys think that station was? What do you think that channel was? Let me know. The show that I'm talking about is called Caroline in the City. Be honest, y'all. Which of you watched Caroline in the City? This ran from 95 to 99. It says it's an American television sitcom. It stars Leah Thompson as cartoonist Caroline Duffy, who lives in Manhattan. The rest of the cast includes Eric Lutz, Malcolm Getz, Amy Pietz, and Andy Lauer. It aired between must-see TV Thursday night block between blank and blank, which are both on the list, and ran for 97 episodes. And I've never heard of it. Do you guys know Caroline in the City? Some of you guys never heard it either, and some of you loved it. Okay. I just didn't know it. I didn't know it. But these other 3 shows, not only did I know, but loved and watched all of. And those shows are, I'm going to give you all 3 of them. Start guessing them while I'm talking, but I'm going to give you all 3 of them. But I want you guys to guess the order. So rank them 1, 2, 3. Tell me what order you think that they were, which was the highest viewed to the lowest. 1, 2, 3. So list of one that you think was the highest viewed first and the lowest viewed third. The shows are Friends, Seinfeld, and ER. So we know Friends came out in 94, so this is the 2nd season. Seinfeld had already been top 5 for many years, and same thing with ER. What do you guys think was the ranking of these shows? And what the F is Caroline in the City? I'll also let you guys know, I know we've been only doing top 5, but the 6th show this year was on NBC, and it was called The Single Guy. And I also don't know what that show is. Do you guys know The Single Guy? It was on NBC. How did I miss it? It only ran for 2 seasons, but like, I feel like I'm really good at television. I just guess I have blind spots for this time period. The Single Guy, Jonathan Silverman is the star. Ming-Na Wen is one of the stars of The Single Guy. What the fuck is this show? Okay. So guess the order. What do you guys think? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make anybody feel old. And age is just a number, baby. Unless we're talking about consent. And then it's not just a number. But after you're an adult, age is just a number. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. What's your favorite things of 1995? In the Streamlabs right now, Sluggerama. Yes, Sluggerama with that big support. Appreciate you. Look at the list of movies from 95. I have seen at least 26 of the top 60 movies. Lucky to have seen 5 last year. Wow. You saw 5 movies for the first time ever from 95 last year. Or were they rewatches? Nothing has taken my interest. Seen about 3 or 4 this year, all in the last month. Which ones? I'm curious. Sluggerama, thank you for that support. Appreciate you. Okay. Here was the order. The number 3 TV show, was Friends. Lame. Number 2 was Seinfeld. And number 1 was ER. That means ER continues to kind of top this list. Wild. I really would have guessed that Seinfeld or Friends. Because do you guys feel the same way that I do? Let me know. I feel like Seinfeld and Friends are 2 of the biggest shows of all time. Still consistently referenced. Sometimes by younger generations. Sometimes by the generations from when they came out. But Seinfeld, Friends. When people talk about greatest sitcoms of all time, greatest shows of all time, those 2 constantly end up on the list. I don't hear anybody talk about ER anymore. I don't ever hear anybody talk about ER. Unless it's like, what's some of the best medical shows of all time? And then it might get referenced. But really, we don't hear about ER much. But it was numero uno. And then Seinfeld. And then Friends. And then Caroline in the City, and then Monday Night Football. Guys, did Caroline ever leave the city? Did she go to the suburbs? What happened to her in the city? Can you believe that there was a show that was called The Single Guy that starred Ming Na Wen in a sitcom. Like, life is so crazy. No idea about it. Full-blown, highly viewed sitcom. Thank you to Ash and the Streamlabs. Big support from Ash. Continuing to do the year. I appreciate you, Ash. He said, here's some money. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. Or depending where you are in the world, happy whatever effing day it is. Thank you for that support. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you. Thank you. So just going over these again, it was Batman Forever, Apollo 13, Toy Story, Pocahontas, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, ER, Seinfeld, Friends, Caroline in the City. Sorry, laugh. Monday Night Football. Then it was Gangsta's Paradise, Waterfalls, Creep, Kiss from a Rose, On Bended Knee. And those were the top ones. This was the year of the pig. Let's talk a little bit about your girl, moi. What was I doing during this time period? Well, I was 3 and then 4 years old in 95. And I had moved back from Los Angeles to Newton, Massachusetts, Boston, living in my dad's childhood home with my grandma. You guys know by the time we did that last letter, we had made the move. So I'm living there. And this is the year that I started preschool. So I went to a preschool that was in my hometown that my brother and I both went to. I remember walking on the wall, like this little, on my walk from parking to the preschool. My dad would hold my hand, he would take me to school, and I would stand on, it was like a short wall and walk, and he'd hold my hand, and that would make me the same height as him. And we would walk around the wall. I remember a couple things about my preschool. I have shit memory, but I remember we did like one project where you would take almost like brown paper bags, but bigger. It's like that consistency though, brown construction paper almost. And you would lay there, and then somebody would outline your body like you would in chalk if somebody had died. They'd outline your body, and then you would like play doctor with your own body and put like draw where your heart was, draw where all the stuff was, and then put band-aids on different parts. That's seriously what I remember from being 4. I talked to my brother. He was like, yeah. I was like, do you remember much this year? He was like, so wasn't that eventful of a year for us? We had a massive tank. We had a massive tank of fish. I remember that. We did have a really big tank of fish. We had 3 cats and a dog. This was my dog Muggsy, who was the greatest dog ever, a Shar-Pei. And we had 3 cats, Kitty, Kismet, and Elvis, all of whom I thought were the same cat, even though none of them looked alike. Yeah, those are kind of the things I can remember. What do you guys remember from this year? Send them in at the end of the year. So the next year, I'll talk more about my mom giving birth. But the end of this year is when I found out my mom was pregnant with my sister and started the petition to try and get her to name my sister Rainbow. I was like really pushing for it. Really, really wanted the name Rainbow. It wasn't happening. I didn't like that for me. And funny enough, you guys have heard in the previous letters from my dad, all of the Roxy's so generous. Roxy shares everything. Apparently, when my parents told me that they were pregnant with my sister, the first words out of my mouth is, well, she's not sharing my toys. I mean, I didn't hold to that, and never once was it a problem, but those were apparently the first words out of my mouth is that we're having a baby. And I said, well, she's not sharing my toys. Also, I stand by the fact that Rainbow's a dope name. Sky is kind of close. Okay, so those are some of my memories from being 4. What you guys got? We're almost out of here. So send them in. Tomorrow will be 1996. We'll talk about how it happened, what happened when my sister was actually born. And then we'll talk about, of course, the biggest pop culture of that year. And I'm looking forward to 97 too. When am I going to stream tomorrow? Tomorrow I have dinner with a friend. I'm streaming for Real Rejects and I'm taking Grammy to lunch. So either I will stream before I leave for Grammys around 11 a.m. or I'll stream after I get home from dinner around 10 p.m. No, those are very different, but something like that, I'm guessing. I always post it on my Patreon. So if you're over there, you'll know. Otherwise, just wait for the notification. Okay, my loves. Anything else going on? Big shout out to those of you who are able to support in the Streamlabs and the Super Chat. Ash, Sluggerama, Leonard Kim, Justin Square, Jake Yakavetta, RQMDSMD, Mike Joyce, and in the Super Chat, J-Dog and Andrew Thomas. You guys are helping make these shows worthwhile, even though they are not high viewed. They are high loved, which I appreciate. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, if you haven't already looked at the Shejek sweaters, you might want to go buy one. It's like literally my favorite sweater. I wore it all day today and yesterday and the day before. RejectNationShop.com. And anything else that I want to tell you? No, that's pretty much it. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and the lid. We don't want those flumes. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force, all of them. My body, my choice. Wherever you are in the rainbow, we love you. Happy Pride Month, babies. I'm loving Acolyte. I don't know what to tell you guys. Everybody hates it. I don't get it. Not only is it people are like it's so gay. Not only is it not so gay, it's not gay enough. Like I want to see the moms kiss. Because like are y'all in love? I want to see affection between them. Also, I just love the show. Am I the only one? Whatever. Anyway, happy Pride Month. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. And Golden Sparkles for the Zen one himself, Glenn Caesar. We absolutely adore you and are thinking of you all the time. If I didn't read your Streamlabs, then no, it didn't go through. Ash, Sluggerama, Leonard Kim, Justin Square, Jake Yakavetta, RQMD, SMD, and Mike Joyce. Those were our Streamlabs for the day. If you leave a comment, I might read it on the next video. Also, if you Streamlabs in, I will read it the next time. Send them in. And to everybody just watching, thank you guys for enjoying the series with me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for 1996. Later.